Everybody, welcome to the stream. I don't know what that was. I feel like I have no idea what the intro for any stream is ever going to be until the literal second that the stream goes live. I see everyone pouring into chat. I wanted to make sure that we said we're seeing all these new follows. Thank you so much. I know there was somebody who subbed. I'm seeing gift subs, a few coming in left and right. Thank you guys so much. Oh, it's Pika Sama Gaming. Thank you so much for the 6 months tier 1 gift sub. We're rocking and rolling, everyone. How is everyone doing in chat? I'm late. What did I miss? You're not late at all. We just went live. Hi, everyone. I'm seeing a few familiar faces, which we obviously love. Pretty special day. And if you guys have been paying attention to our stream, you know that when there's an unfamiliar face on the stream that isn't Khan or myself. Oh, thank you so much, Chris Gooby, for the Prime sub. If you guys didn't know, you have a free Prime sub every single month if you have Amazon Prime, which you can link to your Twitch account. And if you want to give it to us, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. But if you see an unfamiliar face on the stream, usually on Thursdays, that means we're in AMA question and answer mode. And this week is a pretty special one. We just recently launched Moments, our gameplay clipping software. The fastest and easiest way to clip any game that you're playing and share it onto social media or wherever you want. Where do we submit questions? Right in chat. And today we have a very special guest, someone I've looked up to since I've got to Steelseries about 2 years ago. And when I say looked up to, I mean had a lot of questions about what he even did for the company because I had no clue for a while.
Are you sure it's just not because I'm taller than you?
Right, and because you're taller than me, and that's part of it as well. And yeah, you're better than me in a lot of ways. But we have Jeff Mahlmeister, the VP, and we have him titled as the Moments guy. But he's the VP of Software and Services. I believe that's your technical title, right? Just VP of Software and Services? Right. Yep. So we have him on deck today, answering any and every question about Moments, the new software that we just launched, and then anything else with Steelseries software. And if you guys didn't know, Steelseries has its own software, what is now called GG, what used to be called Steelseries Engine, which was always encouraged for you to download and use to customize your products whenever you bought a Steelseries product. I know in every single product information guide, and then on I think the majority of our packaging, and then obviously through different promotions, we encourage people to download Engine, again, what is now GG, and Jeff can talk about a little bit of that switch coming up. Yeah, we've been in the software game, I mean, not as long as we've been in the hardware game, but for some years now, and we're launching more things for it. When will Jeff 1 level up to 2? Says Meh00143, which is also a Jeff in chat. Yo, Barracuda, thank you so much for the 3 months gift sub to Khan Jr. Love that. But yeah, we have a Q&A going today. It's all about software. It's all about Moments. It's all about the new clipping software we just released, which if you do !Moments in chat, you guys can download right now. It is 100% free to use. You don't need a Steelseries product to use it. Doesn't matter if you have Intel, AMD, NVIDIA, whatever. Doesn't matter. If you play video games on your PC and you're a PC gamer, you will have a lot of value from Moments. Now, Jeff, I'm going to hand it over to you. I've been talking way too much, more than I even planned in our pre-talk about this. But please let the people who are watching know who you are. Give whatever brief or as long of an intro as you want. I love listening to you talk, so let's do it.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff. I've actually been at Steelseries in a couple months, it'll be 10 years. I think I'm technically the longest tenured US employee at Steelseries, which is pretty crazy. I've seen a lot of really awesome people come, some awesome people go, which that's the way life works. Yeah, I've been at Steelseries for a long time. My passion in life, this has been a dream job for me, is gaming, consumer electronics, and software. So 10 years ago when I had the opportunity to join the company, I couldn't pass it up. I left, some startup software phases, and I was one of the first employees at the time, 10 years ago, was the beginning of the software R&D organization. So when I started, I was really tasked of helping to find some really awesome people to help build some great new software. So I, at the time, headed up the R&D software team, worked with a lot of other people to build that up. And the first product we built was Steelseries Engine. So I also acted at the time as the product manager for Steelseries Engine, while also being, managing engineering as well. So yeah, that was, about 10 years ago we started building that out. And over time, I've been really fortunate, was given a lot of different opportunities. For a few years then, I kind of left the dedicated software space, even though software is core with what we did, and I headed up product management. So helped find some really awesome people to lead building our headsets and keyboards. And one of the first projects I got to work on at the time with a whole team of people was coming up with the concept of our next generation audio, which turned out to become Arctis, the whole Arctis line. So that was just an awesome, really, really fun experience. And then a couple years ago, kind of came back as we've been focusing now on creating some pretty cool gaming software products and software services.
So you've been around for Engine, arguably the backbone of all things software. You're around for Arctis, arguably the what people know Steelseries most for, and you're still around 10 years later.
Yep. Yep.
So you've been through the ringer. As you said, probably the longest tenured U.S.
employee. We obviously have some people that have been here longer in other countries, but yeah.
Right. Oh, I see Flint Gold in chat said, Jeff, how does it feel to be the only one in the stream right now with enough faith in SteelSeries hardware to use it during the stream? Jab at Coob. Wow, Flint Gold. That's going to be a 10-day timeout. I'm just kidding. You're absolutely right. If you don't think I have faith, I'll wear this Arctis 9 wireless. It's currently turned off right now just for the rest of the stream.
It's a really good point, by the way.
Oh, I know. I'm
starting to question you now, Coob.
Right, as you should. Yo, the Ultimate Waffle, thank you so much for the Prime sub. You know why I love Twitch? Because you can be in a serious conversation and then someone with a name like the Ultimate Waffle can come into chat and do something or ask a question or subscribe, and it's like, thank you, Ultimate Waffle, for coming into chat. What were you doing before SteelSeries though? For context, give me like a little bit of lead up on contextual background of why you're even fit to take the job when it was offered.
So the majority of my career, I was a software engineer. So all the way, back in college, a long time ago, computer science degree, taught computer science in college, did software engineering for, I won't put time frames on this, for a very long time. And then the kind of worked my way up, a little bit more on the leadership and architecture side on software. And then before SteelSeries in Chicago, I was in the Chicago startup scene. So I was CTO and head of product and, employee number 3 of a couple of software startups in Chicago. Nothing to do with gaming, something way less fun than gaming. But yeah, so I kind of learned through a lot of trial and error, I'll say. True startups, when you're bootstrapped and you got to worry about if you can pay salaries that next month, it's definitely, you learn a lot of stuff. You make a lot of mistakes and, you learn that. But yeah, then to have the opportunity to come at SteelSeries, it was awesome. Being located in Chicago, there isn't as many consumer electronics companies, in the Midwest, plus gaming, and it was just like a dream come true. And then also being able to start kind of help building up a function, right? An R&D software group in-house. It was pseudo startup, but I didn't have to worry about getting a paycheck, right? Like the old days. So
an actual startup, right? Yeah, I tell people all the time when they ask how to get into any space, but let alone the gaming tech space, I always encourage people, go work for a startup, because you will get more experience in a year at a startup than you might in 5 years at an agency or a bigger corporation, etc.
Yep. It was crazy. I remember when I was interviewing, Tino, our CTO, hired me, and while I was still only talking to them in the interview process, he knew how to lure me.
Right.
He just handed me, at the time, it was still in development, it was just about ready to come out, a Sensei. The first mouse with a 32-bit ARM processor, OLED screen on the bottom, and it was just about ready to be launched 10 years ago, right? And so he kind of handed it to me, and he's just like, just play around with this, because he knew how obsessed I was with consumer electronics and gaming. I remember getting home and I look at all my bookmarks. It's in Gadget, and I don't think The Verge was out then. I would just read all these hardware stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I even debating this? This is what I want to do with my life. So pretty much the next day, I let them know, yep, I'll be there in a few months because leaving a startup is stressful. So give me some time, but I'll be there. I can't wait to see what we can build.
I love that. And
Yeah.
Tino, our CTO, literally employee number 1 at Steelseries, I think technically,
Yeah.
may or may not be in chat right now under a not so mysterious name, but he is
I
in
found
chat.
him. I found him.
Yeah, really hard to find him in chat. Also, I'm seeing some subs roll in, some subscribers. I see Angie_H, never seen her before in my life, or definitely don't know who that is. Elric1776 with the tier 1 sub. Danny, our producer on the back end. Danny, can we go to the screen with the link to AA? If you do ! Donate in our stream right now, you can actually see where this is going every single month. And this is something that I could spend a whole stream talking about this, and it's something I am really proud to say I work at Steelseries because of even just this alone, that that a company is considered enough to do this and be public about talking about it. Every single month, 100% of our Twitch revenue, profit, etc., every single cent that comes through this channel through bits or subscribers goes to a different charity every single month. This month, it's to the Asian Americans Advancing Justice, AAJC, I believe is the acronym. StandAgainstHatred.org, that's the website. It's pulled up right here on the screen, as you can see. If you guys see me looking towards a different monitor, it's at the stream that's up right now. But it's all about standing up to Asian hate. I think the popular hashtag that's been going around is Stop Asian Hate. So, wow, Khan Jr. with the 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Khan, one of our mods, aka Kristen, who now works at Control Freak. Thank you so much, Kristen, for that, and for everyone who is now a sub in the channel. Congratulations, you are now a subscriber to the best peripheral brands Twitch stream in the world. But seriously, it's something I'm more than proud to be able to talk about every single stream. Every cent that comes through this channel goes towards a different cause every single month, and the fact that we just get to publicly talk about it and that it's not some weird taboo thing, like every single month we write a check with the exact amount of Twitch revenue that we get. In some months we even do donation matching, etc., to a different cause. This month it's all about Stop Asian Hate, which is obviously an ongoing thing. But just thank you guys, anyone who ever subs in any context or ever gives us any bits, etc., etc. Jeff, back to you, back to grilling you. I mean, you mentioned 10 years ago at Steelseries, and you know, some people in chat were not even 10 years old 10 years ago, for context. Give me a little bit of like day in the life at Steelseries. What it was like. You talk about this R&D team.
Oh my God!
I feel like there wasn't a team. Like what was Steelseries 10 years ago? Give me, yeah. Some people still might not be 10 years old right now. Exactly, Kubus, Kubus, whatever you say your name. When is the AMA? Zico, if you ask questions in chat right now, we're collecting them, and then we're just reeling off questions throughout the entire stream. So if you guys have any questions about Moments, our new clipping software, or Steelseries software in general, ask them in chat, and then we'll get to them either when you ask them or we're collecting them all throughout the stream. But yeah, give me an idea of what Steelseries was like 10 years ago.
It was definitely a little different. Very, very small company. Tino, honestly, was almost a borderland, I'd say very small army, almost one-man show. Really doing a lot of the CTO, engineering leadership, and product leadership. And yeah, on the software side, we didn't, at the time, Tino and the team at the time, had really decided they wanted to invest even more in software and firmware. So I was technically the second person like in the software function underneath Tino.
Right.
It was crazy. I mean, the amount of stories I could tell you guys. I mean, people shooting bows and arrows in offices. It was just a very different environment.
Say, Jeff, watch what you say, Jeff. You don't want to incriminate yourself.
I know. I remember third or fourth week flying over to Europe to get a hold of our source code. There's a lot of crazy stories that I could go on for a long time, but it's not drinking time yet, so I can yeah. But no,
When
it
we-
was really awesome. I mean, back then it was just like it is now. I mean, there's some things that are the same. I mean, people just cared so much. I mean, we've launched a lot of products, in the last 10 years, and it really it emotionally and intellectually affects people, right? We've had a lot of really successful products, and success, I mean, obviously there's the sales side and revenue and all that stuff, but gamers really, it resonates with them. And we've had some misses, right? It happens.
Sure.
And just
Sure.
seeing how much it would emotionally affect all of us on the team, on the highs and the lows, it was crazy. I mean, a lot of really awesome people have come through, and people that have moved away, they're still in the gaming industry at other companies. So yeah, it was crazy. It was a very small office. You had stuff falling on you in the loft ceiling and stuff like that 10 years ago. So it was really, really fun though.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'm seeing some people, ask questions, and again, for anyone just joining us, and I'm trying to keep my eye on our viewer count so I can make sure that I reiterate context of this stream. This is Jeff Mahlmeister, our VP of Software and Services. He's the head honcho when it comes to anything software at Steelseries. Been here for 10 years. A question I saw in chat from, I think it was Bloody Queen, Bloody Queen, who's somewhat of a regular in chat. She asked, asked, did you ever imagine Steelseries being where it is today 10 years ago? Or what goes through your head, even especially from the software side of, hey, we're a couple of people working on software. Fast forward 10 years, we have Engine, we have Moments, we have everything else that is now in GG. Is that, do you have any feeling? Does that just happen? Is that you wake up one day and it's oh damn, it's 10 years later, here we are?
I mean, there's a couple questions in there. Could I have imagined 10 years ago? Not quite to the extent that it is. Honestly, we had plans, and Tino at the time had laid out this vision of really investing in our ability to develop really cutting edge tech. And the way to really take our products to the next level was through software and firmware development. So when people, software that's on the chips in the products themselves. A lot of people don't realize this, but Steelseries, disproportionately compared to everybody else, writes an incredible amount of software and firmware, just all 100% in-house, all on the devices, and we've been doing that for a very long time. I mean, that started 10 years, honestly 10 years ago. That's how we do Hall effect sensor stuff on our keyboards. I mean, it's all done in-house. It's pretty crazy. So in some respects, when I joined, the few people that I met, it was really unique how passionate and intelligent and willing to make mistakes. So I saw something special there. Coming, like I mentioned, from the startup space, you don't build great things part-time. You don't just kind of build amazing things when it's just a job. And it was something I really struggled with in my last space to find people that were really passionate about what they did. And that was probably the first thing that I saw. I actually had a friend that worked at Steelseries at the time, so for years before them, in his basement, many late nights, I would go through some of their products, that Steelseries had launched, and I love gaming. I've been gaming my whole life, and tell them what sucked about them or what was great about them. And so to me, I knew something was there, right? There was something special there that had the opportunity to build things that gamers were looking for. Now, could I imagine that we'd be where we are today? No. I mean, there are so many things in companies and in life that you can't control, right? You can't control your market. You can't control pandemics happening. There's so many things, right? But I knew something at the beginning that was special. I mean, and I honestly, I came with the intention to come along for the ride and to help figure out how the heck we can make a product like the Apex Pro. I mean, you guys have
Right.
no idea how many years that was in development, and people were planning on this and figuring out how to engineer it. So I had a feeling that that type of stuff would happen. Going all the way where we are today, where we have software services and products like Moments that anybody can download and use. Like, you don't have to own the product. I don't think 10 years ago I envisioned that we would do that. So that's been pretty incredible. It's been pretty awesome to be part of the ride and honestly respond to what we're seeing, right? With our own customers, what's going on in the industry, and all that type of stuff.
Hell yeah. Oh, that makes me. The line you said about you can't expect to make great things part-time.
Yep.
That really resonates, honestly. I love that. And yeah, for some people coming into chat, this is a Q&A, an AMA with Jeff Mahlmeister, the Moments guy, Moments being the software that we just recently released, which is a gameplay clipping software. If in chat you do !Moments, you can get a download link for that. You don't need a Steelseries product. It's 100% free to use, etc. Click on the link that Stream Elements just popped in there. You guys, it's 100% free to download. It's a better version of NVIDIA Shadowplay and everything else that's on the market currently. And Jeff, you mentioned the Apex Pro.
Mm-hmm.
There was a rumor going around that at some point during this stream, we may or may not do an Apex Pro TKL giveaway. Now, for anyone in chat,
Apex Pro TKL. It's what I use every day.
Yeah, it's what the man himself, Jeff Mahlmeister, uses. Someone just asked, Jeff, what's your mustache's name? Jeff, while you're thinking about that, I'll give some context on the giveaway for people in chat who've maybe never been in our chat for a giveaway before. I'm not going to announce when the giveaway starts, but it will be at some point during this stream. You will have to be in chat. You will do an !, some sort of command to enter in the giveaway. It has not started yet, so if you like being in chat right now and typing something doesn't matter as far as entering the giveaway goes. And then you must be in chat to win the Apex Pro TKL, which, by the way, sells out usually within 48 to 72 hours of it going in stock. So the fact that it's in stock right now and just somehow lined up with Jeff's AMA, and it happens to be one of his favorite products and the one that he's using right now, is a pretty big coincidence. So make sure you guys are on the lookout for that. But if you have questions about our software and about Moments, leave them in the chat right now. Jeff, let's talk about Moments. Let's stop beating around the bush. Give me, I want to know where Moments began as far as the ideation to even put the resources and the time towards it. And I'll give you, it was Thane who introduced me to Moments one day. I was in the Chicago office, for anyone listening. Thane being someone else who works on software. We're actually going to be talking with him next week. He called me up to his quote unquote office, his area, and showed me some stuff on a whiteboard. This is like a year and a half ago, I think, ish. And he's like, hey, what do you think about this? And just talked to me about the idea of a clipping software better than what was currently offered, which even a year and a half ago was pretty similar to what's in the market today. There hasn't been any substantial, crazy updates in years to anything to being able to clip your gameplay until Moments. And he went through it with me. And I was immediately like, yeah, people are going to find use out of this. Give me, from your POV, where this, the ideation of it, was this an aha light bulb moment? Like, give me your background on the ideation of Moments.
Yeah, for sure. I also want to clarify one thing, and I know you say it kind of jokingly. I'm definitely not the Moments guy. Moments is built by a lot of people, right? A team of people that have been working on this. I mean, this is a couple years in the making, no joke. I'm probably understating. Of designers, product managers, QA, software engineers. I mean, it's, dozens of people have been working on this for multiple years. And the product has definitely morphed a lot based on consumer feedback. So I'm kind of just like I feel like even though I was there, for ideation, and I was, I'm just a member of the team, kind of privileged to talk about it for all the hard work that a lot of people have done.
You know, it'd be funny, Jeff, if you said, actually, I have somebody else who worked on Moments, the other person who worked on Moments with me right now, and you went off camera and then came back on, and it was just you with a hat on or something, and you said, and it was just you had some other name. See, that would be more accurate. But anyways.
So where did it start? Let's see. Probably 3 years ago, in our Chicago office. So I got to give you a little bit of context. So I mentioned, a little bit ago how there was something special about Steelseries when I was considering joining here. People that this was their life. 3-4 years ago, a little bit kind of time's gotten fuzzy during the pandemic. This is how legitimately, authentically people cared about what we were doing. We actually housed in-house an esports team. We built we knocked down walls. We took out 3 offices and we built out like a training facility for them. Okay. And they trained there. Obviously when they had to travel for tournaments, they were gone, but you can imagine being at the time I was on the product management team. This was like gold mine, right? To go down and shoot the breeze, test products, talk about what they love or hate about XYZ thing when they're practicing, doing scrims, when they're in an actual match. And so during that time, we had kind of done a little bit of a brainstorm session. So myself, Brian Fallon, who's the head of our audio product management, and Jason, who is the head of kind of our HIDs, our keyboards and mice, right? So at the time, the 3 of us had scheduled just a little bit more structured time to talk with these esports players. As you can imagine, like half of them, because this wasn't like a top tier team, it was like a team trying to get up to it, right? So they spent a lot of their time streaming as well, right? Honestly, to make additional income, right? This is a very, very, very challenging and hard gig, right? To become a competitive player and make money off of that. So we had some scheduled time. We kind of pulled them out of their training room, which was in the back of our office, kind of brought them up to one of the early conference rooms. And, we just started talking to them, even outside of just the very competitive scene, just what they were doing as streamers, how they were using products. We were talking about what they want on keyboards or how they use audio and all that type of stuff. And we also were bringing in some of the members of our influencer, our stream team, some really awesome people that some of them are still on it. And during this kind of 2-day window, when the 3 of us were talking to a lot of them, there's some really interesting comments that started to come out and learnings. And one of them that I just walked away, just kind of shocked with, Brian and Jason and I kind of walked away, was a lot of the streamers that were part of our stream team, and a lot of these esports athletes that were also streaming at night, they were hiring mods in Twitch to put comments during their stream when something happened. Like they were time stamping exactly when something amazing happened. So that when this streamer, after an 8-hour session, I mean, you know how long people do this, they wanted to then go make clips and highlight reels to market themselves. They had to scrub through 8 hours of content. What they would do is they would actually go through the timestamps in the chat to find those moments that they paid somebody, probably an hourly rate or something, right, to go scrub exactly to those moments so they could start to make clips. The light bulb kind of went off right there. Right. Well, we just launched GameSense a 1.5 years ago, right? This API, and Valve was our first partner to use it with CSGO and Dota. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could configure to make highlights based on an in-game event?
Imagine.
Was the beginning, right? So a tool of something is this a plugin? Is this something just directly just an engine? What is this? That is legitimately 3+ years ago where the entire concept started, right? And then we started talking more. This started to snowball. So then we started to talk to more gamers around the office. I mean, at the time there was probably 50 people in Chicago. Not exaggerating when I say 40 out of the 50 people probably game 15+, 20+ hours a week, right? When they're not working, they're actually gaming. Right. We started to just bounce ideas around off of them. And it started to morph a little bit into, should this be a special feature and engine?
Mm.
And then we just started talking more. And suddenly it went from how to use GameSense to help you make clips and highlights into look at the problems in the space. I use X, Y, and Z thing to do my game recordings. I save it locally on a hard drive. I then use an editing software, trim it down, I
Right.
put effects on it. I then go to X, Y, and Z social media or Discord, and I want to share it. And it was interesting, like there was a lot of like solutions in the space around game capture. And I think what we found, which was unique, was that workflow. If we could find something that solved that major use case that many gamers,
Right.
our own internal people, friends and family, all the type of stuff we're talking about, like this could be something special. Like this could be something that we'd want to use, and maybe other people would want to use as well. So then that's how it started to kind of morph, right? Right into moments.
I'm even seeing so many people in chat saying like that is so smart, and that makes so much sense when like with that explanation, and I hadn't.
Yeah.
I'm like thrilled and intrigued and want to break down so many parts of that would take longer than we've allotted for this call, but like that's
I got time. We can stay all night.
yeah, I mean we're not you're not busy. I know you're not busy. But I mean thank you for the transparency and like
Yeah.
literally seeing how the sausage is made, for lack of a better term, not to offend any vegans or vegetarians out there, but like the way that that problem even became relevant in the mind of Steelseries is interesting, and how it even became something that was in front of people's face, and then us finding a solution somehow, some way, and kind of committing to knowing that in the industry right now there wasn't a great solution. We're a bunch of talented people. Let's come up with something that is better / doesn't even exist yet.
Find a problem. Find a problem. Develop a point of view on it, of how this could resonate, right? And start to build it, and then put it in front of gamers. I mean, we went into an alpha mode over a year ago.
Long time ago.
15 months ago.
Long time
ago.
We
had a few hundred gamers starting to use a very early version of Engine.
Right.
Right? Years ago, I remember the first build. Some of the people on this chat, I know who they are. Some of the engineers, with Thane as well. There was a first version of Moments, which was a command line output thing, which just showed GameSense auto clipping for CS:GO and just dumping in a file folder. I mean, this has been many years in development, and it's been about a year and a half since we started getting this in front of gamers, and then we were in public beta for, what's the math, 7 months? Hundreds of thousands of gamers. Like, I was overwhelmed. The team was overwhelmed at how many people opted in, downloaded the beta, were really active and vibrant Discord community where they were just giving so much feedback. A lot of them stuck with us because early on, game capture's hard. It's hard. At first it didn't work. If you were also a streamer, it didn't work side by side with OBS. That was a problem we had to solve. I mean, that was like one of the first things that they're like, if you can't get this to work while I'm using OBS, I mean, that's a showstopper. Right. So, yeah, I mean, you get feedback and you learn. You see how people use your software, what they wish they had, what they hate about it, all that type of stuff. So,
right. And for anyone just joining us in chat, this is Jeff Mahlmeister. We have him titled as the Moments guy here on stream, but he is our VP of software and services. We're talking about all things software, all things Moments. Moments being the gameplay clipping software, fastest and easiest way to go from in-game capturing a clip, editing it if you want, sending it / sharing it to any social media channel that you want. Fastest and easiest way to do it. And we are doing a giveaway in this stream of an Apex Pro TKO, which happens to be the keyboard of choice for Mr. Mahlmeister. You got to be active in chat, and we will launch that shortly. And when I say launch, I mean actually give you the instructions of how to enter. Yeah, Danny on our back end. Let's get into moments a little bit. I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm going to answer something. I'm going to interrupt.
Oh, please,
Yes,
please.
there will be more auto capture. It's planned and it's in the works.
Great.
So other big games. That's all I'll say right now.
Right. I know. Well, I know we publicly talk how like Fortnite's hopefully on the way or is on the way. Valorant on the way.
Yep.
So yeah, like those. I mean,
it's obviously a huge ask. I mean, it just makes it so much
Right.
easier. Because like
Right.
when you're in the heat of the moment, I mean, I suck. I'm usually dead right away. So, but
Right.
I imagine if you're good and you know you're on a 1v3 or something, I imagine you'd forget to manually clip a game. So we're definitely working on auto capture, auto clipping, and all that type of stuff.
Right. But keep asking your questions in chat. We're gonna have like a rapid fire at the end here. Jeff, we're gonna roll the Moments launch video, get your quick thoughts on it, and then kind of get into the actual software itself. But I actually haven't heard your thoughts on this video, so let's roll it.
Oh, did you see that?
I gotta find my clip and edit. Click share, Discord, and share.
No way!
What?
Watch this.
Oh! Share.
What? What the fudge? That's insane!
Share. Share. Share.
What?
Share.
Bro, they get it. Chill out.
I mean, clip, edit, share, glory, baby. Clip, edit, share. We got the shared hype going in chat. I know when we talked or when we watched this video on the launch day, we had so many people kind of memeing the share. And yeah, if anyone doesn't know the individual who you see there, who's kind of the star of that launch video, Devin Druid. He's a partnered influencer, streamer of ours. Great individual. He was on the show 13 Reasons Why, one of the co-stars of that show, if anyone recognizes him. But he's a fantastic individual, and we were so happy to be involved with him and the other people that we work with.
Yeah.
All of our incredible influencers. I'm actually wearing a little FaZe jersey right now. If you saw High Sky in there. Jeff, I mean, give me your thoughts on the video in general. Like when you saw the finished product for this, were you seeing it all come together basically?
So it was you know, the team that works with me internally, they'll laugh when I say this because they'll know this. I tend to walk out of meetings virtually when you're talking about like the details of how to market something, because I'm just like, I don't know, whatever, you guys figure it out, right? And so the joke was, I'm kind of like, I walked out and there's a lot of really passionate, intelligent people that were working on how to bring this video together. As you can imagine, this is a lot of hard work. But when it came out, I was like, I feel so proud, even though I can't really claim being part of the creative minds behind this, right? Of who did this in the software team. I mean, our CEO has a really strong marketing background. He was involved in, this. Obviously, our global marketing team, all the way from the CMO down, so many people worked on this. And I just felt so proud because it captured to me what we were trying to elicit from gamers, of the visceral feeling of, it's really fun to share and remember your moments. And to me, that's what I loved about it, right? I was a little honest, like the share thing, it could go either way. People could love it. It could be
right. I'm like,
people could get
oh yeah,
super,
well yeah. At
it could be
first I was like,
cringeworthy, right?
I was like, oh, is this cringe or like, is this above cringe? Like,
Yeah.
and I hate the word cringe because I see it on social all the time. But it's like, or is this like to the level of like hilarious, funny parody that we can make it an actual thing?
Yeah.
And now it has become like an actual thing. Whenever we watch this video, it just like gets extrapolated into a hilarious like spam share in chat, which is incredible.
What I really loved about it though, what was really, really cool was how our influencer team internally, they're the ones that work with the influencers. These influencers on the film legitimately used moments. Like they were legitimately part of the beta. They legitimately gave feedback, right? And so it was really cool to see how while they were doing stuff like the share thing, how that went, but while they're actually using it, I mean, this wasn't just like a stand-in actor or some kind of BS thing. I mean, these people were really giving us feedback using the product. So it was that part for me, knowing like the process and the journey during the beta period, and holy cow, like logistically how difficult it is to film this during a pandemic, right? I mean, these influencers had to do a lot of their own just multiple shot setups, right? Like, out of where they were, because nobody could travel, right? I mean, that's the world's been a really terrible place, right? So to me that was really, really cool, to see people that obviously they're very successful, obviously they're have an awesome thing going, and a lot of people really follow them, but like they legitimately were using the product. And that to me has always been like one of my favorite things about Steelseries, was like we didn't just like sponsor a team or like logo slap. Like we legitimately tried to work with people, and they would tell us what was good and what was bad about what we were trying to build. So I loved that. I mean, I think that was probably my favorite part about it, was that it captured the emotion of what we were trying to solve, and that these streamers, the influencers, like they were, invested in it as well. I mean, they were using the product, right, and they were giving us feedback. So
Absolutely. Yeah, and Danny, let's get into the actual product itself. If we can open up the web application for Moments, which is available and found for free if you do !moments in chat. Also, some of you in chat have noticed out of nowhere, like I told y'all it would, the giveaway has started. So if you do !ticket in chat, you will be entered into the giveaway. If you are a subscriber to the channel, you have 2 times the chance to win. So subscribers have twice the chance to win. Can we put chat also into 10-second slow mode? A mod or someone, thank you. Just so there's not spamming. You don't need to spam. You don't need to spam ticket after you do it. Please note that. It's for an Apex Pro TKL Jeff's keyboard of choice. Jeff, and we'll announce the winner whenever I feel like it, to be completely honest. I'll ask you a very straight up question. Why should I use this over NVIDIA Shadowplay, over Metal TV? I mean, give me break it down as in technically or in layman's terms as you want. Why should I use this over anything else?
I mean, honestly, it solved a very core kind of need of it just works. You just capture. It's got a gallery that's interactive, so you can relive your moments. You can edit it really quickly in app and share. Some of the other applications, they're all great. We all have different perspectives, but some of them are restricted to one graphics card. Some force you to, they're trying to become a social media platform, so they kind of force you through that way. Other ones are a little complicated, to be honest.
Sure.
Some don't even have the editor capability. I mean, we do non-destructive editing, right? That you can do trimming and GIFs and text overlay. Like it really, for a certain use case of, we think it can be an indispensable part of when you game, like your workflow.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's all about just sharing, whether it's just like with your one friend or your group of friends, or if you want to share out on more traditional social media. It really kind of just tried to solve that core need.
Right. Yeah, the thing I like about it is that, or that personally I like about it, it is an extremely simplified way to share your clip. But if you want to go in the weeds and like mess with the settings, edit your clip in specific ways, there are so many options within the app itself outside of the traditional clip edit share. Like that edit part is huge, and you can see a little bit in here. You have your own gallery of clips. In the top right, you can break it down by favorited or newest, oldest, and eventually, I know we have like additional criteria of how you're gonna be able to look at different clips in your own gallery. For a general breakdown, and obviously Jeff could do this better than me, but hopefully the people in chat understand that when I explain things, it's usually in a really dumbed down version, as the actual experts. But this is SteelSeries GG, what you guys see on the screen, which, if you guys notice on the left-hand side there, Engine is now a part of. So if you're unfamiliar, Engine used to be the sole, and obviously, Jeff, if anything I'm saying is incorrect or how I'm explaining it, obviously interrupt me and fire me. Engine used to be the sole software that SteelSeries had. And Engine was what you downloaded, steelseries.com/engine. That's what you downloaded to set up any of your products, edit anything that you had, as far as the RGB went, as far as changing the sensitivity on your OmniPoint switches for your Apex Pro TKL or Apex Pro, etc. Engine is now part of GG, and GG is essentially the hub of all things SteelSeries software. Included in that is, as we just saw, the home, moments, engine, and then giveaways, which I know some of you are here from that Destiny giveaway, for example. We always have things going on with different partners of ours and different influencers, etc. in that giveaways tab. And then engine being where you actually control what's happening with your products. Moments, though, is housed in here as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, is that kind of the easiest? Did I just explain that in a fairly okay way?
You did a wonderful job. You know, I think you can keep your job for another day. I think it was really good job, Coop.
For the next Q&A, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Right. Good. Is there anything within Moments itself that, like a specific feature, for example, that you're extremely proud of / like, hey, I want to make sure more people know about it, or maybe we haven't even done the best job of even promoting it so far, or something that people might not know about right away when they get into it that you think is really useful or cool?
That's hard to pick.
Sure. Yeah. But I'm gonna throw it at you.
Maybe I could talk about a couple. How about that?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so since we have this is the gallery, right? So
yep.
Probably seems pretty obvious. We've all had galleries, whether you're on your phone and stuff, whatever.
Right.
What was really crazy during like the beta period that we learned is we had a lot of feedback from gamers that they just loved reliving their own memories. They actually didn't even want to share it to anybody. So it was really cool to see the product managers, product designers, the software engineers start to lean into that and really put enhancements in the gallery, like the filters, how you can favorite stuff. But even if you hover over one of them, it actually like auto plays in the gallery interactively where you clipped it. So like if you trimmed it, where you trimmed it, right? So let's say you defaulted to have 1 to 2 minutes, right? Of like, that's your whole video, right? But then when you want to trim it, let's say it's 10 seconds or whatever, when you go back, it'll even like auto play right where you trimmed it. I mean, there's just like these like magical little touches that the team just they just put love, right? Blood, sweat, tears, love. I mean, they put it all into this just to make it like that much easier to navigate through. I mean, we have gamers now, like in Discord, which we'll have to look at how to solve it with thousands of clips in their gallery, and like, oh, it started to take a while to load. And we're like, yeah, that's all right. We should probably look into this. And we didn't necessarily expect people to have thousands of clips this early on, right? But it's just like, I love it. Like the attention to detail and the obsession with quality and that user experience. I mean, across the board, that is one of my favorite features, right? Click on settings. All right, now go to game detection. Here's another favorite feature I have. So if you look at your games there, if you see how it says capture auto, right? So you can maybe click on the little 3 stars icon or whatever, and you can change to game capture, screen capture, or auto, right? Here's another little attention to detail that was not easy.
Per game. You can do that per game.
Per game. That was not little in any means. I mean, we're talking like a year of work with how many iterations? We just wanted capture software that would just work.
Right.
Can't tell you how frustrated, right? Sometimes with other tools, that like, why isn't this working? What's going on? So there's just like little attention to detail, right? And game capture, which it's what OBS would do, right?
Right.
It actually
Right.
hooks into the game, puts that buffer in memory, and so it's very performant, right? Ideally, you want to do that if possible. Some games kind of block that, so then we added the
Right.
screen capture. But then the team took that even further and developed an auto capture method that has logic that will automatically try it in a row for you, just so you don't even have to think about it to get the capture that will work for that game. It's awesome. I mean, again, it's just like that's like an example of just an incredible user experience. That it's not about really cool like visual design or graphics in it, but it's just like the fundamental user experience of the product.
Right.
Auto clipping is amazing. I mean, I can't wait to get this to more games. I mean, it's the number one thing people are asking us for. Can we get this for
Right.
Valorant, Fortnite,
Right.
etc.?
Apex
I mean,
Legends,
it's incredible. I mean, it just makes it so much easier. You can customize, what will trigger an auto clip or not, and then I know you have Valorant in here, but if you had CS:GO in the gallery, when you're on the timeline, you would actually also see like little bookmark events.
Right.
If you had a headshot here, flashbang, etc. So that's really cool. I mean, that's the original concept that all of Moment started with.
Right. And to answer some questions that are running through in chat right now, yeah, more games coming soon. You can. I think the auto hotkey is Alt S, Alt X. What is it? Alt S, I believe.
Alt S by default. But yeah,
Alt
so
S by default.
you can change it. So if
Yeah,
you just click on page down right there, just click on that, you can change it.
Right. And
Whatever
yeah,
you want.
Cubus, I don't know how to say your name, saying auto clip is probably complicated though. I mean, yeah, obviously it depends on our relationship with game developers or if they have open API. If the AI that we're developing, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, is advanced enough to detect different things happening in different games, etc. Yeah,
it's complicated.
Yeah. I remember one of the most. Oh, by the way, exclamation point moments in chat right now. You guys can download this. It's 100% free. Would love to get your guys' feedback. Hit us up on social media. Let us know when you use it. Tweet us a clip of you playing a game and actually using moments. I know one of the features that I have been loving seeing people use so far is the captioning, like the actual text overlay ability to edit. So I don't know if you guys have TikTok or if you have Instagram stories and you can put text over video, you can do that same feature within thank you, Danny. You guys
but then it creates like layers, right? So you can have multiple texts, so you can do another effect, right? And you can drag when one text comes in, one goes out. You can change its position. I mean, that's
like Adobe Premiere level stuff. That's literally Adobe Premiere level stuff.
It's so awesome.
If anyone in chat is familiar with Adobe Premiere, which is used to like edit feature films that you see in theaters, for example.
Yeah. I remember when the product designer at the time, his name is Alex, and the product manager Thane, who will be another one. I remember when we do like these like design reviews where they can show like their early concepts of stuff. It's just kind of part of our process how we try to stay in touch, but allow people to not get bothered by people like me. I remember they showed me this, and literally the feedback was like, "This is awesome." I mean, I can't say what I actually said because I'm on stream, but this is so what? Like, just ship it. How do we develop this? It's just so intuitive, right? It was so cool.
Yeah, and people asking about font size and size of text and font. These are things TBD / down the road. We want to see more people using it so that we have more of a reason to spend time adding those extra features and specifications for your text or being able to import text, things like that. Yeah, absolutely. And all the things that you guys are coming up with in chat are things that have been thought about. There's the GIF overlay, however you guys pronounce it in chat. Please don't roast. You can put GIFs over your stream or over your clip, which is something I'm excited to see more people use. And I know we're 2 minutes away from our hour mark here, but I want to remind everyone in chat, and we're about to go through a rapid fire session of questions that have come in from chat. So if you guys have questions, that you haven't asked yet, that you don't think we have seen, ask them now, specifically, ideally, if you can, about moments, what we're going over, and software for SteelSeries. You've got the guy from SteelSeries that can answer it. And as he mentioned before, we have an incredible team of individuals that has been working for years and years and years on moments and on SteelSeries software in general. Some hype in chat for them would be much appreciated, just for the general people. If you guys, the SteelSeries hype emojis or something, for the people that aren't on this call but have put in so many hours behind this. Also, we have an Apex Pro TKL giveaway going on right now. I'm seeing 208 entrants in there. I know we have roughly 100 people in chat. If anybody's just lurking in chat right now, make sure that you hit !ticket in chat. That will enter you into the giveaway. I'm looking at the Stream Elements giveaway site on the back end right here. Yeah. Now we got some more people coming in. I woke up the lurkers. I see y'all coming in now. We got about 220 in here. Within the next couple minutes, we'll be announcing that giveaway winner. You must be active in chat. If you... Oh, yeah, Jeff never answered the name about his mustache name. I don't know if that's something he can publicly reveal.
I don't have a mustache, do I? I literally shaved yesterday.
Right, Jeff prepared. Jeff shaved 2 hours ago, and his face already looks like this. So he tried his best to prepare for this. All right, yeah. Jeff, this is and Danny, we can go back to two-man screen here. Rapid fire questions, and answer in the most succinct way possible. I'm gonna run through these. Your favorite SteelSeries mouse, all time, that is actually released or has been released.
Oh, because my new favorite is still coming soon.
I'm
actually using the AirX3 wireless a lot. I have some boys that are obsessed with Fortnite, my kids, so I play. And the AirX3 and the Apex Pro TKL are amazing. So I'm using the AirX3 wireless right now.
Incredible. Will Moments ever be able to, or is there any... Hey, there it is, baby. Will Moments ever be able to capture webcam / desktop capture / have we put much thought into that?
I mean, for sure. I mean, that's on the list, right? Obviously, we've gotten that feedback. It's not there yet, but it's definitely on the list of items. You know, what we call our backlog of stuff to do. No promises when. Someday, yes.
Great. Yeah, I know, and that'll be the answer to probably a lot of these questions.
Yep, pretty much.
Including this next one, which is, what other software ventures are in the works that you might be able to shed some light on, or areas that we're working on in the software realm that you can maybe even tease, or that we can even legally, a non-NDA related, talk about a part of the industry that we're working towards specific to the software side, if anything. And obviously people in chat understand if we can't reveal anything.
We have a lot in works. I would keep my eyes out for any announcements for beta testers this year for something else big.
Excellent. Yeah, just
all you're gonna get. That's more than I usually give. So
yeah, hey, no, that's great. We do have people, like as Jeff mentioned earlier in this stream, we had hundreds, thousands of people beta testing Moments before it was publicly launched. Yeah, before it was publicly launched. So, like, you guys can get in on that. Cats or dogs? Cats or dogs, Jeff?
Dogs. We got a puppy, Australian Labradoodle. He's 13 weeks old. Our first puppy.
Look at that extra context. Even gave me a breed and age. Someone asks, do you plan to change your theme colors, or are we going to keep the red and orange theme? Red/orange theme. I mean, I love the Moments logo and what we've done so far with the branding. I don't know how much you're into the branding side of it, but
I mean, what is SteelSeries going to do? I mean, that's definitely not my call. We've been orange for 20 years. Obviously, you can tell on our website and in our software. We definitely put usability first, so you'll have touches of orange, but you know, we're developing complementary colors that go with it. But yeah, I mean, our brand's orange. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
Absolutely. Someone asks, can you use Moments in Europe too? I don't believe there's any region restrictions with Moments. Is there? That's a pretty good question. I guess maybe I technically didn't know it, but I feel like it's available worldwide.
Yep, worldwide.
Yeah, if you have a PC and internet, you can use Moments. If you have a PC and you have an internet and a game, you can use Moments. How difficult was it to integrate with the current games that we are integrated with, i.e., was it pretty plug and play? And the games that we currently have integrated: Dota, League of Legends, CS:GO. I don't know if I'm missing
It
any other
was
bigger ones,
difficult as everything is, but so we've had the GameSense API, right? So it's an open development kit. I mean, we have some people using it for non-game stuff, right? Some community members building sys monitor stuff and stuff like that. So I mean, that part was already established. So what the awesome thing is as more game developers adopt it, it's one API for them, where they're sending the events, which can trigger lighting and OLED, but also do the auto clipping at moments. So in one respect, we'd already been working on that. So the API itself that's exposed to developers was fairly well established. But as you can imagine, we had to do a lot of replumbing in the tech stack to make it work with moments and engine as well.
Got it. People, and this is something I've been curious about too, understandable if we can't reveal much about it, but moments on mobile and being able to not only capture mobile gameplay, but be able to access your clips from your phone directly.
Yeah, we've had a lot of our requests, not so much on the moments like capture your gameplay as much as just getting your moments to your phone easily so you can then share them. I'm assuming, right, to Instagram or wherever they want to share. It's definitely something we're looking at. It's going to fall in the same bucket as it's on the list for us to evaluate.
Great. One of the last questions here before you kind of give your sign off and before we pick a winner of the Apex Pro TKL, which I see a lot of you still typing ticket over and over in chat, which by the way, that does not help you whatsoever. The only thing that would help you get a higher chance of winning was if you subscribe to the channel, which by the way, if you did not know, subscribing to the Steelseries Twitch channel, every single month we give 100% of that Twitch revenue to a different charity or a different cause, a different organization. This month, it's going to the AAJC, an organization fighting for civil rights and empowering Asian communities to create a more just America for all. Hashtag Stop Asian Hate. 100% of revenue goes towards that every single month. And if you subscribe, you have twice the chance to win this giveaway. Subscribers do. So just as a heads up. But Jeff, kind of one of the a winding down question here. Over the, you can answer it in one way or two ways. In your time at Steelseries, a favorite or funny memory, or favorite memory in the development of moments, or an aha moment of triumph and success.
Funny moments. We joke about this internally. About a year and a half ago, one of the first clip I ever made with a very early build of moments was in Fortnite, and it was a butt shot. So killed somebody by shooting them in the butt. Okay. So that's definitely, as we've added more features, whether it was text overlays or GIFs or whatever, the joke has been like, Jeff, can you now enhance the butt shot more?
Does that clip still exist, and are we going to sell it as an NFT in 10 years?
Yes, I will.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
There's no we in this, Coop.
Right. I mean, come on, Jeff. You said it was a team effort, right? Come on.
Nobody else helped me shoot him in the butt, so.
You're right. It was all you. But yeah, with that being said, Jeff, as we kind of come to a close here, and before we pick the giveaway winner, wanted to just thank you for being an awesome human being, and ever since, to get personal for a second, ever since I've come to Steelseries, you've been one of the coolest individuals to ever interact with me or talk about what's happening on the Steelseries social and community side. So thank you so much, just for being a good human being to start. But thank you so much for your time, which I understand is super valuable. And thank you for committing to doing this. And everyone in chat should be hyping up Jeff. Seriously. And just thank you so much for giving us all some more insight into what we've been doing on the software side in 4 moments. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for those nice words. If we were in person, we'd definitely hug right now, but
yes. Yeah. Soon.
Very awkwardly.
Right, very awkward hug as usual, as we all do at Steelseries. Any final words? Any about moments, about you, your dog, Merc Stealth behind you, anything. Any final words before we
You
pick this
noticed
giveaway
it.
winner?
I was waiting for somebody to
I know.
notice
I
it.
won't. There's
That
been
is
a couple people in chat have said it, but
that is new in box.
Oh,
Still, I've
God.
lugged this thing around with me for 10 years since I've started. I've moved probably 4 or 5 times. My wife and I, we've had kids since then. I've never lost my Merc Stealth. Still new in box. Any final
Very
words?
good.
No, I don't know.
Dang, that's good enough. That's good enough. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, let's pick this Apex Pro TKL giveaway winner, which, by the way, everyone, that is Jeff's keyboard of choice. I'm also using one right now. My opinion, best keyboard in the world. There are 273 entrants. I know we have roughly 300-ish people in stream right now. Make sure you hit exclamation point ticket. I'm going to give about 10 more seconds for people to enter, and then I'm going to close the giveaway. You have to do exclamation point ticket in chat. You will not get a confirmation or anything in chat. We turn that off because it's so annoying. But if you guys do exclamation point free keyboard or exclamation point free headset, you might win something as well. You can click those links. They're completely safe. Make sure to go download Moments if you're a PC gamer. Exclamation point Moments. It's 100% free. You don't need to have a SteelSeries product to use it. Seriously, like we just talked about it for a little over an hour. Honestly, changing the game of clipping software services. Just telling you. People saying praying to Jeff that I'll win. Jeff is the giveaway lord in this scenario, even though I'm the one picking the winner.
Yeah, let me see who said the nicest thing in chat.
Yeah,
Hold on.
exactly. Jeff's gonna scroll through.
Oh,
See who
I
had
mean,
the nicest
it's
compliment.
totally random. Totally random.
Right. Yeah. It is completely random, and by random I mean Jeff and I have been going through chat and trying to pick out winners. Just kidding. We're using Stream Elements giveaway program thing. 285 entrants. If you win, just need to say that you're here in chat. We have mods that are going to be helping us out. If you are a winner, a mod will reach out to you through Twitch DMs, the Twitch Whisper thing. They will get your information, and we will be mailing you an Apex Pro TKL. I'm going to close the giveaway at 286 entrants. Sorry, 87. Giveaway closed. Drum roll, please. Just kidding. We don't have anything for that. I'm going to just draw the winner. Ooh, someone I've actually seen in chat. They've been pretty active, I think. Hunter Bubba 1305. Hunter Bubba 1305.
It's a good name.
Hunter Bubba. Hunter, you've been Hunter. Good. I'm glad Hunter was a winner. He was actually active in chat. I'm looking at his chat history. Hunter Bubba 1305. You just won an Apex Pro TKL. Congratulations, everyone in chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm glad. There's some people that I'm like, okay, I'm glad they won because they were actually active in chat. So Hunter Bubba, thank you so much. Yeah, we're not gonna do a host or a raid or anything today. We just got to end stream. Thank you guys so much for the subs. Thank you guys so much for just hanging out. Jeff, once more, thank you so much. Let's go get back to work. Thank you guys in chat. We'll be streaming again very soon. Notifications on. Where's that noti gang? Thank you guys.
Bye, everybody.